Hello, welcome to CSE Sports. I'm your host, Jay Howard. I know football is not officially back yet. We know the draft is coming up in a couple of days, but I want to talk about football because I love football. And I want to ask you guys a question regarding football. Who do you think are going to be the top receivers next year in the NFL, the 2013-14 season? Who will be the top receivers? I have a list in no order. I mean, these are just the top guys who I think are going to be the top receivers in the game of football next year. Let's get started. On my list is Julio Jones from the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, Julio numbers were 1,198 receptions, 79 touchdowns, 10. I know he plays with Roddy White. I know that Roddy is a top-notch, top 10 receiver, but I think that game against the 49ers showed you that Julio is truly the number one in ATL. I don't care what nobody say. That man is a flat-out dog. He's hard to take down. His yards after the catch are off the meter. He is a tough receiver, and he's going to be one of the best next year. Top 5, trust me. I'm going to move over to Megatron Calvin Johnson. His numbers last year was 1,968 receptions, 122 and 5 TDs. Matt is going to get that man the ball. I'll tell you one thing that makes Calvin Johnson good. He can catch bad passes. You know what I mean? Matthew Stafford, he's not a real accurate quarterback. He's an interception machine at times. You know what I mean? But with Calvin Johnson being 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is, with a wingspan, probably 6'9", 6'10", maybe even 7 feet. You never know. This man can catch a pass that's not even in his vicinity. He can go get it. And I think next year they're going to finally get it together. I think in the draft they're going to work on their defense a little bit, and they're probably going to add another receiver, somebody short, quick, come across the middle, and Megatron can do his thing downfield. And it's going to work out for him in Detroit. He's going to rack up next year. So he's going to be one of my top guys next year, trust me. They're going to add another target through the draft to help out, trust me. Number 3 on the list will be Andre Johnson. His stats last year was 1,598 yards per game. I mean, on the season, rather. When I say those yards, you know what that means for the whole season. So if I say it per game, that's not true. That's for the whole season. He had 112 receptions and 4 touchdowns. That's right. We already know Andre Johnson, until those hamstrings snap in two, he's going to be an upper echelon guy because he's a hard takedown. Like I said before about Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson, those guys are hard to take down and they can go get it. They have verticals in the high 30s. You know what I mean? These guys can go get the ball and you can't take it away from them. They're huge targets. They catch bad passes. You got quarterbacks that can put it on the money like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, and you have those quarterbacks that can't put it on the money like Jay Cutler, Matt Schaub, and Matt Stafford. Those guys are not real accurate, but the receivers they have make up for that. They go get the rock. They go get it. And Johnson go gets it. 4th on my list, I have A.J. Green. His numbers, 1,350 yards last year, 97 receptions and 11 touchdowns. This is the second coming of Randy Moss. What else do I have to say? Andy Dalton's going to get that man the ball. Hands down, he's going to get the rock. See, a lot of these guys that I'm naming, you really can't deny them even with tight coverage. These guys can go get it with 2 and 3 guys on them. They can beat coverages. They zone busters. You know what I'm saying? These guys go get the rock, and AJ is the second coming of Randy Moss, in my opinion. The man go downfield, having 2 guys on him, a guy over the top, a guy in front of him. He jumps up in between both of them, grab the rock, going for the touchdown. Last on my list is Demaryius Thomas for the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning, what more can I say? They have Wells Sparker now, and they have Eric Decker. Wes is going to come short across the middle, suck that coverage in, and Demaryius going to keep going and cut short and catch that 20-yard strike every time. The man is a human 20-yard strike machine. Real talk. He's going to catch that 20-yard pass throughout the season next year. His numbers, like I said, he had 1,434 yards last year. He had 98 receptions and 8 touchdowns. You know what I mean? The man is going to do his thing again. I don't know. He might only get 12 next year with Welker coming over there. But I guarantee you he get about 12 touchdowns. I bet the touchdowns go up for him, Thomas, next year. They're going to go up because they're going to do a lot of scoring in Denver. I want you guys to tell me who are your top receivers for next year in the NFL, the 13-14 season. I'm your boy Jay Howard. Peace, and I'm out.